Hello everyone. Our group consisting of myself Prajwal Prakash, Nandini Narula, Gangotri KM and Rohan Vasudevan have carried out a market research on a brand as part of a marketing management course. The brand we have chosen is OnePlus. We will be covering these aspects in our research. I'll briefly go through the executive summary. OnePlus is a Chinese smartphone company founded in 2013 and in a short span of time has become prominent in the market. Its main goal has been to balance high end quality with a low price, focusing on simplistic, user friendly designs. It launched its first phone in April 2014 and from there on has made its way through the market to reach the top. According to market research, OnePlus topped the Indian premium smartphone market last year, that is in 2019, with 33% share, beating Apple and Samsung. It is highly likely to gain more users in future with a healthy growth rate, especially in the Indian market.
The company OnePlus was launched by two men named Pete Lau and Carl Pai who wanted a 5G smartphone which was economical to all and launched their first phone OnePlus One in the year 2014, which was a major hit in the country India, which was the exclusive market there. In 2015 to 16, they went on to manufacture OnePlus 2, which didn't do so well, and they continued with OnePlus 3 and 3T, which marked a milestones for the scale. Sales had scaled up because of the exclusivity had gotten over. The OnePlus 5 landed stellar reviews and sales in the year 2017, followed by the 5T, which was the fastest selling smartphone in history then. Then came 6 and 60, which were one of the best and fastest sells and helped turn OnePlus from an OEM to a global company in 2018. In 2019, it managed to establish 35 stores in India alone and expanded to 30 regions and 21 countries with 1,000 plus employees, and it further continued to launch 7 Pro 7070, becoming number one smartphone brand in India and grew by 25% and captured half of the Indian market. Currently, it retains number one position in quarter one and quarter two in India, beating Apple and Samsung. It also wishes to release a smartphone TV and has been among the top 5 globally and released its 8 series and Nord, which is the cheapest Indian smartphone 5G phone. For Indian users, the life cycle of OnePlus phones is longer. Long life cycle tells us how good the product is. I believe the life cycle will be shortened, but I believe that new users will have a relatively longer life cycle compared to those from other regions. That is because Indian users, when it comes to upgrading, they give their old phones to their family members. In the product life cycle of the sales, in the introduction phase, online selling it via an invoice system helped balance supply and demand and created a buzz. Growth, rapid sales increase because of expansion of market. Maturity, flattening sales. Decline, low sales or no sales, saturation of market. Introduction cost, economical cost remain economical throughout all four phases. Profits, it anticipated 50,000 units only in the Indian market by end of 2014, but in the growth phase, it ended up selling a million units with 300 million turnover. Maturity reached its peak, became stagnant because of other brands. Close to no sale or saturation of market and decline. Customers, it was just the Indian market consisting of the small OnePlus community, early adopters. Growth to mainstream users of smartphones, late adopters, the maturity phase, low income or laggards in the decline phase. Competitors, a few like Vivo, Realme, Samsung, Motorola in introduction phase. Growth was considered superior to its closest competitors like Samsung and Nexus. Maturity, more competition with more brands and models. Moderate competition and decline phase.
Now, I'll be talking about the competition overview of OnePlus. As you can see, it has a variety of competitors ranging from the low end to the high end spectrum of smartphone manufacturers. In its initial days, that's in 2014 to 15, the most influential players in the market were Apple, Samsung, and Google. Google's Android OS dominated the market with 80% market share, while Apple's iOS captured 17% at the end of 2015. In January 2015, OnePlus conducted a comprehensive customer survey to understand its competition better, and it was revealed that most OnePlus customers considered another Android device before purchasing OnePlus, such as Google Nexus, Samsung, HTC, and LG. And about 16% customers also expressed interest in Apple. Working on this data, what they found, OnePlus grew in the market, and the following graph speaks for itself about the current scenario. OnePlus dominated the market share by shipment volume as compared to Apple and Samsung, which you can clearly see in this graph. OnePlus also did a good job in advertising, where it showed no restraint in openly mocking its competitors. The following advertisement seen here shows the same. Now, I'll be talking about the
Hi, I will now be talking about the target market for OnePlus. So, what is a target market? A target market refers to a group of potential customers to whom a company wants to sell its products and services to. To put it quite plainly, these are the ideal customers for a company to sell its product to. The target market for OnePlus are customers between the ages of 16 and 35, as it encompasses the tech fanatics, the Android lovers, and the mobile geeks who like to own their product as soon as it is launched. Furthermore, OnePlus also price their products according to this age group. While launching their product in the Indian market, OnePlus further divided this target market into two. The first consisting of teenagers and young adults between the ages of 16 to 25 years, and the second consisting of adults between 25 and 35 years. The teenagers were targeted using marketing strategies such as invite tickets, influencer marketing, and unboxing ceremonies. For the adults, attractive tie-ups with Amazon, Ola, and AirAsia were offered, where they could order their OnePlus One phone through Amazon, through Ola by booking a cab, or when they book a flight using AirAsia. The next topic we're going to talk about is market segmentation done by OnePlus. The marketing team of OnePlus segments its customers based on the basis of four categories. First, geographic segmentation, where the market is divided into regions. This helped OnePlus in understanding the needs of a specific customer in the selected region. Thus, their first product, OnePlus One, was initially launched only in 18 countries based on this collected data. Next, psychographic segmentation is done where users are divided according to their lifestyle values. OnePlus targets users who have a great and vested interest in technology. Thus, their first phone, OnePlus One, was Cyanogen certified, which means the software was highly customizable to improve its performance based on the customer's needs and wants. Next, demographic segmentation is done as the target market for OnePlus are users between the ages 16 and 35. Lastly, OnePlus also does benefit segmentation where the market is divided in terms of the needs and values a customer expects from their products. Thus, OnePlus offers customers the best value for the product.
The strength lies in their go-to-market track record. All the products have done well. Diverse product portfolio with different kinds of phones, earbuds, TV. First mover, first of its kind, intellectual property rights, superior products and quality, strong brand equity. Weaknesses, they're too focused on internal matters rather than external stakeholders. Low return on investment, lack of workforce diversity, track record and environment is not great. Opportunities, lucrative opportunities in international markets, increase in standardization in technology, changing technology landscape, increase in consumer disposable income that is able to spend more. E-commerce and social media oriented business model. Threats of new entrants because of reducing costs, increase in cost component, increase in bargaining power of buyers, squeeze in middle class in developed and developing worlds, international geopolitical factors.
Market research is one of the most important aspect in marketing strategy of any product. The product that we have taken is OnePlus. So to give a broader perspective of market research, we started using 4Ps, that is product, place, price, promotion. So in product, we have used BCG matrix, that is Boston Consulting Group matrix, and we have classified the products of OnePlus into 4 categories. One is star, question mark, cash cow, and then dog. Star, we have taken OnePlus 70 because it has both high market share and high market growth, and cash cow is OnePlus 60 because it has low market share, low market growth but high market share. So this is how the product research has been done. So next comes place, that is retail strategy. OnePlus is the first smartphone company or smartphone manufacturing company which started using invite system. It has given a huge opportunity for them to grab their customers, and also it is the first smartphone company to launch their phones exclusively in Amazon using e-commerce, that is Amazon. So these are the important strategies they have used for the retailing their product to customers. Next comes pricing in the sense, as we all know, the pricing of any product is most important to get or gain customer and get the profit for the particular company. So here in OnePlus, important success for the important aspect for the success of OnePlus is due to pricing, that to penetration pricing. So usually what they'll do, they'll keep the price at the low bars when and where the market share grows or market grows, they'll increase the price. That is where they'll get the profits. So this is how penetration pricing works. So this is about price. And then promotion. So the promotion of all these OnePlus brand company takes place through social media. So if you can see, for example, OnePlus, if you take OnePlus Nord, they have created this social media page for OnePlus Nord, and within one day it got 1 million followers. That's how super fast and that's how fantastic their social media following is. So that is how they have done this promotion and all. So this is all about market research.
We can draw the following conclusions from the market research. OnePlus already has India as its biggest market and it's expanding steadily. It has offered and continues to offer an extremely good alternative to high-end phones at a lower price without compromising on quality. We always believe that most startups with little or no capital are always scared that they'd be an underdog because of how big their competitors are. But as you can see, OnePlus has clearly proved that you don't need big money to outsell your competitors. Rather, you need a big marketing strategy. Coming to the recommendations part, we would like to suggest the following recommendations for OnePlus. It should penetrate more into offline sales in the Indian market and open more exclusive experience stores in major cities. Because as India is a big country, most people don't buy via online channel and they can have more sales by selling offline like how Xiaomi did. OnePlus should also penetrate more into producing other electronic products other than smartphones, and they should also excel in it. They recently explored smart TV and audio wearables and have done decently good. They can also try to penetrate the smartwatch industry because this is a very hot market right now. And other products which they can try are tablets, and they can also go for more cheaper smartphones such as the OnePlus 10. This way, they can build and retain customers and lure more people into their ecosystem and use their products. We can